My first and only statement. It is very interesting to me how easily stories are fabricated around a pinch of truth. I find more interesting how this becomes gospel truth to the perpetrator, and what amazes me even more and saddens me is how many believe without knowing, all those involved, and feel it's their right to place a judgment. Having said that, I am elated to see how many use discernment and their own understanding to see the truth. I'm doing this for my own personal healing and release, as I will not allow certain experiences to keep me anchored into a plane of existence that is not from my highest good. I do, however, take all of the lessons and move forward with an open heart and greater understanding. So this is my side of the story, and I will only be touching on the main points of public interest and questions asked. First of all, my last ever contact with the two in question was back in June 2018. Once I made the decision to walk away completely, I never looked back. No, I didn't hatch a plan to harass them. It's not in my core. No, I haven't contacted people to say bad things about them, and those who contacted me, I always told them that I wished the two of them well and sent compassion and forgiveness their way. And guess what? Even after all the lies they have said about me and the things they have done, I don't hate them or have deep anger towards them. I actually feel sad to hear about their pain and struggles. I truly have compassion for them and forgiveness. But I cannot help, as I no longer trust them, and no matter what I say, they have their own idea of me burnt in their minds. Nuya, the burning question. Oh my, how many people have been accused of being Nuya? No, I'm not Nuya, and I had nothing to do with it. If I was involved in any shape or form, especially after all what has been said of me, and still is, I would have released my side of private conversations and emails, including videos sent to me. Many have tried to get me involved, and I always said I don't want to be part of it and that I wish them well for the future. I never said I knew who Nuya was. I said I have an idea, and I was willing to help you to find out because I did feel they had taken it too far from what I read. Then I went offline for a few days as we had an emergency about our uncle who has Alzheimer's and he didn't live close by. I said this in a few posts, and when returned, I found out what you started to say about me, so I became upset and lost the little trust I had left, and that is when I decided to no longer talk to you. You did start harassing me after that via calls, messages, direct emails, and encrypted emails, which I have, of course, ignored. I was done. So stop blaming me for being someone I'm not and for doing something I am not. 100 profiles. To say I have many fake YouTube channels and profiles is absolutely ridiculous. Who has the time to keep up with it, seriously? It's hard enough to have the one. I did create a new one, only for family and close friends, for normal private shares and interactions. And this one is not really used. I only opened it back up to make you aware that I was contacting attorneys and to make a statement. I kept changing my mind because I really thought you'd find peace, but I was wrong. So I have to have my say. In all honesty, it's even hard to keep up with my main account as I have stepped back a lot from social media, and when I use it, I mainly check messages and make the odd posts. By the way, from 2003 to 2008, I was running my own 7-day and evening Italian restaurant business, so I had no time to be doing any stalking as you suggested. It's hilarious, as I hardly had time to breathe back then. Anyone with a business, let alone an intensive business as a restaurant, knows exactly what I'm talking about. Also, only because someone might have the same name as me, it doesn't mean she is me. Robert Lester. Absolutely ridiculous to say he's my brother only because it fits your make-believe story. We look nothing alike or sound anything alike. I have no idea who he is or have ever spoken to him or with him, and what you're saying about us is going to get you in a lot of trouble. Perhaps I should contact him and ask him to join me in a lawsuit against you. John Mendes. I'm outraged by the claims made against this good man. John and I don't actually know each other, and he didn't even know the two in question's existence until they started slandering him. To say he was Nuya or has been part of it for 6 months, it's simply ridiculous. So it's the hearsay about him being my boyfriend. It's laughable, actually, and so it's the slander about me having an evil plan to take him down. When I realised this poor soul became a target, I pulled away in the hope he would be left alone. GoFundMe. It was your decision to come to the UK. Yes, I did set it up with your permission. We discussed it and you suggested how much, then we agreed. I even asked you to confirm what I wrote. How dare you say you didn't know and accuse me of taking the money, when all I have done was give you money. I helped you with whatever you needed, even meds. Only 2 donations were made in the fundraiser, I think $70 total, and I rounded it up to $100 because you were desperate as you were asked to leave Missouri. And even though we had fallen out by then, I still assisted you, and it was greatly welcomed, of course. What I should have done is to refund those 2 people. Yes, I did send out messages to people asking for help, but I also replied to the ones who said no by saying it didn't matter if they couldn't help, but appreciated if they could share it to raise awareness. What a fool I've been. Friendship. Yes, we were best friends. So to say I was causing harm and doing spells to make you sick, it's simply preposterous. I can't even kill a fly without feeling guilty. You forget that I was the one that you called on any time, day or night, for help. I was dragged out of bed on many occasions. I was on call with you through the drama from Texas to Missouri. You got me to stay on call all night from the plane into the airport until all was good, which meant you both decided to go dark in order to be together. I am sure you haven't forgotten about it, as it turned out to be another Odin visit a few days later. The following day I was conflicted on what to do. As the light, I needed to protect people, but telling them you both went to the dark and back to the Illuminati, but in the end it turned out to be another manipulation incident. You have actually both said to me, I quote, "You are the only person that can make her feel better and calm her. Not even I can do that." Another reason why you always hated me. I've been put through a roller coaster of emotions since the start. I've been told about strong past life connections, which now I don't even know if are true. My mind has been expanded and retracted like an elastic band. I was hurt many times, and I was asked for my forgiveness on many occasions. I never had time to deal with my own turmoil. I always set it aside to help you. All of the arguments, freakouts, the breakups, it was constant. And I constantly helped no matter what, leading you both to post nice things publicly, like everything was splendid. You see, that is unconditional love, when you put someone else's needs above your own. So yes, no one knows what we all been through. I put up with a lot from everyone because I'm a good person and I did think I was doing the right thing. Those who were there from the beginning know the truth. I never abandoned you and stuck by you through it all, even though I was being warned. In hindsight, I can now see it all. I never harmed you. Instead, you have been casting spells and doing rituals upon me and made beautiful, innocent people hate me. Really sad. Remember, when something is cast upon someone who is wrongly accused, this is expressed as bad intent with cause to harm. Therefore, it will be mirrored back tenfold. Probably why you're having such a hard time. Karma. You both claim the life of those who have harmed you is falling apart. That my life is falling apart, which is further from the truth. If I'm so evil and all the things you claim, why I am at peace and why are doors constantly opening up for me? Because I've been focusing on myself, my life, my family, and doing good, helping those in need, instead being preoccupied with unnecessarily hurting others. I stepped away from social media and put my energies into what really matters, what is right in front of me. Introduction. Yes, it's true, I saw the Kamala interview back in 2013 and I thought it was interesting. Mid-June 2017, a then friend mentioned to me about this person claiming to be a Vanderbilt and showed me the video. I left a comment on YouTube and the video was made by her requesting me to make contact. After that, I was asked to connect with Mrs. X, as I was supposed to be her protector too. That's how it went down. And she was mad at me from the beginning because she didn't understand why I was deemed important to the mix. A few weeks later, we are told of past lives together. Apparently, I had the most 4 with Miss Vanderbilt, where my role has always been one of teaching love, teaching how to be good and compassionate. It included 2 children and the death of one. I was actually feeling the pain of the loss in the now. The things I was told and felt weighed heavily on me, and that was the beginning of messing with my mind. I did make a video about it at the time, which is how my group came about. And guess what? I did ask Miss Vanderbilt and Nicole for permission to post it, which was granted. There is so much more to the whole story, but it's no one's business. You see, I understand the meaning of private and diplomacy. I'm only saying a little because I've been pushed to say something, and I'm defending myself from the sick accusations you made. I am giving my side. Relationship. It's complicated, as we say, but non-existent. Simply an exchange of words for about 2 weeks, and there were too many factors involved that led us to the exchange. But of course, I'm going to be painted into the bad party. However, despite what anyone believes, the truth is that it wasn't one-sided, and there are many factors that played on my heart and emotions that blinded me from reality. Those who read my words concluded they came from the heart, and there was no malice. Don't misunderstand me. None of it's an excuse, and it was absolutely wrong, regardless of the whys, and I did apologize on many occasions. But I will not take 100% of the blame, and saying I was talking to Odom does not excuse, justify, or take away any blame from the other party involved. Believe what you like, but that's the truth, and there are so many points omitted or conveniently forgotten about. This was what I have done wrong, and I am sorry and regret it. But I saw arguments, breakups, upset, and I was told daily how she wanted out, to the point I became overprotective and, yes, stepped over boundaries in order to protect you both from each other. You were both in pain constantly. It became toxic. I am the only one who really saw what happened behind closed doors. Some actions led me to you hating me. Fine. I don't care. I know that all I have done was to help. I did the best I could in a very difficult situation with two very much in need of expert help individuals. It had nothing to do with how I felt at the time, and may I say, I no longer feel that way. I was so blinded because I was going through a hard time, and I was shown a lot of kindness. I lost myself in a bubble of reality which wasn't real, but made me feel better and helped me escape for a while. The harsh truth is nothing would have come of it, as it wasn't my reality. I guess I needed a small pause to allow my thoughts and feelings to align in order to start me on my own healing journey. I guess I was looking for answers to the questions I never asked at the beginning, as I focused on taking care of you both. You cannot deny how much I've helped you, but I understand why you cannot see it now. You both thanked me on so many occasions and publicly. I have the video, which I could have shared, but I didn't. So yes, hate me for this one truth. But please do not make up sensational stories, Illuminati stories, conspiracy stories to hurt me in any way possible for it. That shows me how much help you need, how much pain you have inside yourself. And for this I hurt and give you compassion. And I forgive you for what you have done to me. And I truly wish you peace, but you must seek help and stop hurting others. Stop being so public and focus on yourself. Get well, because after all the evil things said and done, deep down there is kindness deeply buried within. I have seen it. And if you heal and find the balance you need, it will come to the surface and stick. But you cannot do it alone. Truth. The truth is, you have no idea about my life. You have simply lied about me, Mrs. Hicks, to get sympathy and to get people to hate me, thinking it will make you feel better. But guess what? The truth always comes out in the end, and whoever talks to me can see the real me, and not this evil monster you are making me out to be. You want to know what I've been doing since we parted ways? Heal, getting back to normality, living my life, working hard to manifest my goals. According to you, I am on a lavish holiday. I wish. With Illuminati money? Absolutely laughable. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but all we have is because of years of hard work. We had to rebuild our lives after being affected by recession in 2008, where we lost our business and our income. We remained strong and positive and struggled for 4 years between agency work and doing whatever small jobs available, until finally things started turning around. Today we are in a comfortable position where we can give back and help others because we understand what it's like to struggle. But don't mistake our kindness for a weakness. I stopped working in my healing practice because I was not in a good place, and I felt I could not help others as I was off balance. It was dangerous to do so. I don't care about money, you see. People come first, and I certainly didn't expect my husband to pay for the little rent I was paying. And I thank Father, my archangels, and my true friends for helping me heal to the point I can soon resume doing what I do best and renowned for. How dare you make assumptions? How dare you make up lies about my life? How dare you say the horrible things about my husband? He's the kindest and most loyal person I've ever met, and for the record, not that it's anyone's business. I lived in Italy when he was married. I met him 7 years later when I came back to the UK via a college friend who worked with them. He had been divorced about 3 years by then. I have nothing to do with whatever has happened to you. Nuya is not me or anyone you named. I don't actually know who Nuya is. Robert Lester, I only heard of him because I've been told you started saying he's my brother. No idea who he is, sorry. Nope, no Spanish ties or Russian or Italian. And sorry to disappoint you further, I have nothing to do with the Illuminati. Never claimed it, and certainly don't want to. I am, however, Italian, but I was born in the UK, and I am not Lilith. So stop. I have never contacted anyone about you. I personally had a few people contacting me back in May, June 2018, and I told them all that I didn't wish to be involved and I wished you both well. If people have been posing as me, or people assumed it was me, it makes me sad and upset, and frankly, the kind thing for them to have done was to come to me directly. And I welcome you all to talk with me. I am a gentle person. I do not care for fame or notoriety, or I will be out there making videos. What I actually been wanting is peace. And I realised that stepping away from Facebook and finding solitude within myself, my life, is what I've longed for, and surrounding myself with positive energy. I've moved on. I resented myself. I'm living life the best I can and the way it should be lived. Appreciating all the little things, the challenges presented, accepting the wrong decisions made and learnt from them, because everything is a lesson. As a spiritual being of love and compassion, I am sorry for the pain you have and are going through, and I wish you both well, but I cannot help you because of all the lies you've said about me and my life, and any of the encants and ceremonies you've done against me. It will come back to you, I'm afraid, as your intention becomes one to cause harm, as I have not done what you accuse me of. Once again, I've done no ceremonies. I am not Illuminati. I am not Lilith. I do not wish you any harm. Conclusion. You've directed assumptions, slander, hate speech, and so on at me, and now you're doing the same to my husband, who does not deserve your evil. No one's perfect. All relationships have ups and downs, especially when you're with someone for a long time, together 20, married 15. But you work through things, reconnect, and move forward. It's normal, as we all grow at a different pace. The trick is to work through it and become stronger with it. Like I said, I kept quiet because I didn't want to add fuel to the fire. But it's clear you are unable to do so. And what you're saying is only getting worse, and you simply can't keep me out of your mouths and minds. You just can't move forward. And it's probably because I have stopped talking to you and never disputed anything, which then solidified the thought in your mind, making it real and a fact when it isn't. I chose to raise above the lies, as I know the truth, My loved ones and good friends know the truth. But this is getting out of hand, and I'm grateful for the person who raised my awareness to it the other day, which is why I'm now doing this. I forgive all who pass judgment without taking the time to know a person and balance their opinion. It is not my place to judge people's choices, words, and behaviours. We are only answerable to the one above. Legal team. As I said, I've been in touch with international legal specialists and have given them all of my evidence. I have asked them to stand by for the time being, but if you do not stop, I will have to go ahead with the case, no matter how long it takes, and it won't fare well for you. And in the end, you might end up being institutionalized. You claimed because I did not negate your accusations that are true, but then again you claim if I do say anything it's a lie. Not sure what makes what you say absolute truth. Your evidence is nothing, only hearsay assumptions based on your state of mind and making it fit your story. You have led people to think the way you say things and put it together as truth. You cannot be trusted with any private information, as you've proven time and time again. As soon as you fall out with someone, you tell all, with artistic license that is. You're not qualified to help others, literally, and you are in so much need for help yourselves. If you truly did what you preached and truly were of the light, instead of attacking and feeling as though the whole world was out to get you, you would have only concentrated on the work, spreading love, teaching the truth. You see, when you know the truth in your heart, it doesn't matter what others are saying. I said this to you before. When you're in a public eye, you will always have haters. How you react is what makes a difference. If everyone will kick up about every little thing, we would constantly be in a state of turmoil, taken away from the important work. Yes, even Till Swan, which I love by the way and have followed for a long time, has many haters. But if she worried and replied to every little thing, she wouldn't be where she's now. You could really learn a thing or two from her. The real enemy is within yourselves, my dears. How you reacted so publicly to all is what caused you to unravel. Your behaviour and attacks to people over the years is what made people upset. And from what I understand, by the few who spoke to me, when you turned on me the way you have, after I helped and stood by you more than anyone, was the last straw for many. Stop blaming everyone and start looking at yourselves, your actions and reactions, and listen to what you said along the way, because it's a mirror of yourselves. I can see it because I know you so well. I've experienced it. I've seen it happening. I know your behavioral patterns. So here you have it. I've spoken. And I think I covered all points. So this should bring matters to a close. You see, there's nothing wrong with me or my mind. I think you can all tell by my words. I just care too much. So, as the public is my witness, I'm clearly stating the following. Cease and desist. Stop harassing me, talking about me in any shape or form. I follow the be and let be rule. I can't make it clearer than this. And it is now officiated by many witnesses reading this. If you don't, you only have yourself to blame. You reap what you sow. And for any chance of redemption, really look into your mirrors and realize what you've done, and apologize to all those you have hurt along the way. The only time you can address me is by giving a public apology and admitting you were wrong and lying. Please seek real help. I implore you. It's only getting worse, and I fear for your future. Please truly allow love in your hearts. Forgive yourselves, and you will receive grace and find peace. We're love and light, always. A cheer. P.S. My name translated actually means graceful light.